blocks simultaneously. 1 minute left to steal. Alley-oop, Martin to Melwatch.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you just feel you're fortunate to win these games because they're so tough, and that's a good team.
I don't know. I mean, I just told the guys now, these guys just find ways to win. We have all year long. And I think it's a testament to our players, their resiliency. When you get in those moments, I think we all have psychological things going on as far as are we confident? Are we nervous? Do we think we're going to make a winning play? Are we nervous to make a losing play? And every individual player has that. As a coach, you're obviously trying to embody the right kind of thought processes in those situations, but I can't take credit. These guys in those moments have made big plays all year long. When the game has kind of been in the balance, we just seem to make big plays.
See, Coach, last game you blew me off when I asked that same question at the end of the game. I said, man, you guys refuse to lose.
They do.
Now you reiterated that to me. Do you believe the question this week?
You know what? I guess I just maybe didn't hear you as well as I should have the last time, Henry. I'm learning too. You know what I mean? We got young players. We got a young coach. We're all trying to learn together, and we need the lessons of Henry T to keep growing and developing.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Coach, how did you like Corey's aggressiveness, especially in the first half? And also, there was a moment in 9 minutes left to get a jumper. It seemed like he smiled at you, you kind of smiled back.
Yeah.
Take me to that moment.
I think I said maybe a little remark as it left his hand, and it went in, so it was just a moment. I think a few guys kind of heard what I said. It wasn't the shot I was looking for, but God bless him, it went in.
His aggressiveness, though?
I think first half, I think, he has he's a tremendous low post player. I've said that before, and sometimes he gets quick. He had, I think, 3 turnovers in the first half on just trying to make spins and trying to make plays. And I thought second half, put him in some different spots on the floor, put him at the elbow, put him diving, put him in some different areas, and I think it allowed him to kind of maybe have some better opportunities to score. And he's a very good offensive basketball player.
JaQuan had some foul trouble, which doesn't happen a lot.
Yep.
What did you learn from playing without him on the floor?
It's awesome. I think long term, it's a great thing for him individually to learn how to work through that. I mean, I sat with him at halftime saying, we've never been here before. This is the first time we've kind of been through this, him and a team. And in a weird way, I'm kind of happy that it happened because it forced everyone else to realize life does go on a little bit. And he was the loudest member on our bench. He was coaching. He was in every timeout, trying to help us win the game. And it just says a lot about his leadership that it doesn't always have to be on the court. And I thought it was just a great situation for us going forward.
A little more, I guess, specific follow-up to that. If JaQuan's your point guard, most of the game, well, first of all, initially it looked like Corey was auditioning there, running a fast break, hitting a 3 at the top of the key. So he was trying to audition for it. I don't think he'll be your point guard. But Zane down the stretch, you guys don't win without what Zane was doing running the point. And after maybe some struggles, I know he's never played point guard before, after some struggles, you probably are pretty happy to see the way he closed the game at the point.
Yeah, I thought Zane had a stretch there. He called for a timeout. He called for a timeout. He asked for a sub, and the reality was he wasn't getting subbed, so I think we all just pretended not to hear him. Unfortunately, it caught him a little bit there, and he rallied from that point, but that was when, unfortunately, he missed some free throws. He turned it over. He wanted to get out. He knew he was tired, but we needed him to play through it. I think it's a testament to our team that we're on the court in a really big game, and I look down at our bench, and I see JaQuan and Vance sitting on the bench. We have great players here, and I know JaQuan obviously gets a lot of amazing attention, and he deserves all of it. Vance has gotten some recently, but there's a lot of other great players on this team too, and I think Zane is one of them, Corey's one of them. These guys are good basketball players.
Well, to follow up on Zane, did you or anybody on the team need to see that? Do you feel, and I'll ask him when he gets up, did he need to see that kind of close out a game like that, just to sort of maybe get a little bit of a shooting slump out of his head and running the point?
It's probably a good question for Zane. I think he's learning whether to be a point guard or not be a point guard. We've had a lot of conversations of I know you've never been there, or maybe you don't like it, but there are times we just need you there, And I think he's been a scorer. That's what he's been his whole career. And he's come here, and now being asked to do other kinds of things, I think it's new to him. And really, to be honest with you, part of the reason he's in the game now down the stretch is he's just a smart basketball player. He's a great defender. He makes good rotations. He's a terrific defensive rebounder. He's kind of been characterized as a scorer. But if you're talking about our perimeter players, Right now, he might be just kind of the best overall defender we have, and that's tremendous value that a lot of people don't see.
Yeah, the start of the game, I mean, great on defense. I mean, down the stretch, definitely. Just overall perspective on defensive play tonight.
On our defense. You know what, I thought it was terrific. I thought 3-4 minutes to go. I think we've talked about this before. I think everybody gets into like that prevent defense kind of mode, and you're just trying not to give up something easy, and you lose that aggressiveness of trying to win, and you almost get into a not to lose. And I thought we lost them on some stuff, and they made some baskets down the stretch I'd like to have back. But for 36, 37 minutes, I thought it might have been our best defense since Wisconsin. I thought we were engaged. We gave up a few too many backdoors than I would have liked, but overall, I thought we executed our defensive game plan perfectly against a very good team. I mean, Air Force just would not go away. You got to tip your cap to them and the effort that they gave tonight.
The 3-point question's been asked a lot,
Yeah.
and I want to get a little more specific on how you guys defended them because they were number 3 in the country on the 3-point shot. And I know you said they're good not just because of the 3, but you had to do something different today against the 3, didn't you?
You know, we watched film before the game, and I showed them. I thought Nevada, I thought this year had done the best job I've seen on conference against them defensively, and it was really just taking away a lot of easy layups that starts to open up the floodgates. And I thought if we took away a lot of the post play and stuff around the rim, then we would just use our length and challenge our shots. We have a lot of size, and I think that's part of the advantage for us of giving threes is that, you know, we have long athletic guys kind of challenging those shots as opposed to maybe kind of some smaller players. So again, really for us, it was really to kind of keep the ball out of the paint and then make sure we challenge those threes as best we can. And I thought it was to a T.
Coach, Keith, you know, back on the bench, and you know, certainly he was doing a lot of celebrating, kind of, you know, getting the guys doing a lot of motivating. Just was that the plan to not play him tonight, and just, you know, what did you make of his, you know, celebrations on the bench?
You know, I hear about his celebrations. I haven't really seen a lot of them. I see some when I'm watching film. It's really hard for me to tell someone not to enjoy things, so I'm not gonna, you know, I get it might. Some people might think it's a little excessive or whatever, but the kid's having fun. As far as tonight, that was a punctuality issue, nothing more than that. He's just working on his punctuality still.
Carlton didn't score until about 14-15
Yeah.
to go in the game, but almost finished with a double-double. I mean, it's been a gradual process just trying to get him back in the groove.
What I see right now, I think even our players will agree. When we started in August and September and October, he was kind of just trying to make it all come together a little bit, and he got into a really good groove, and the reality is he's out of the groove, you know, and we've just got to find a way to get his timing back, make the layups again, not stumble and stuff, and I think he'll get there. He just has to keep his head in a positive frame of mind, and just our team just needs to keep encouraging him and promoting getting him back to where he was previously.
We have
Just
one
more quick one. You guys are 12-0 at home for only the second time in Mountain West history, first time since 2005-06
Yep.
season. I know you've talked about the fans before. Why are you guys able to do what you're doing at home right now? And I know you're about to hit the road. What do you have to carry over on the road?
Yeah, again, I think, you know, we have boards that we all sign, and you put different things on it. At the beginning of the year, I gave them about 15 things saying, hey, what would you like us to really make our team about? And the 2 ones, which we talk about all the time, are staying together and enjoying the ride. And we talk about that a lot. But the next one was protect the pit. And it didn't end up making the cut because that was on everybody's. But a good portion of these guys, I think even they knew going into this season, we really wanted to protect this arena. We really wanted to protect the arena, not only for ourselves, but obviously for our amazing fans. I mean, we are so blessed to play in front of these fans that come out all the time and continue to make Lobo basketball what it is. And I'm just thankful we're able to kind of thank them for what they do for us.
Thanks, Coach. All right, JaQuan Lyle, 20 points, 4 assists.
You hopped up there pretty quick. You had a little extra energy because you didn't play the whole game, maybe?
Yeah, a little extra energy.
What, I mean, fouling out, you haven't done that since you've been here, so I mean, I don't know. Have you been in foul trouble a lot in your career before here?
No. I was in foul trouble, like, we had a close scrimmage, and I was in foul trouble, it wasn't, you couldn't foul out, but I think I had, 6 fouls, that time. But other than that, I mean, I haven't really been, you know what I'm saying, fouling, but,
What are they telling you? Because a lot of them you had, turnover-wise, you had 5, and I think 3 of them were offensive fouls, weren't they?
Yeah.
Did you have 3 offensive
Yeah.
fouls, I think? What are they explaining to you when they're telling you what you're doing? They're not.
nothing. Yeah, I mean, they always say, like, I mean, there's nothing I can do now, I just need to look at it. But, I mean, like, I just feel like guys are sometimes, like, slide under me or whatever it may be at, like, the last minute, like, especially, like, on that last one. But, I mean, you know what I'm saying, I got to find a way, you know what I'm saying, to keep getting better.
Talk about your emotional dunk and a real necessary part of the game.
Well, I really don't have no words to that. I kind of, like, surprised myself. Like, when I jumped, I was, like, realized, like, I was high enough to dunk it. So I just tried it because I knew I was at least going to get fouled, and it just went down. So, I mean, it was just a big-time play and, like, a crucial part of the game, and happy I made it.
How do you win games like this? That's a tough team you beat.
I mean, I just think it's the togetherness that we all have. I mean, almost after every huddle, every break, like, sometimes we may switch it up, but 9 times out of 10, it's always 1, 2, 3 together. And I think, you know what I'm saying, when times get really tough, we know we can count on each other at any point in time on offense or defense. Like, nobody ever, you know what I'm saying, questions one another. And I think that's just the main thing, just the togetherness and trusting each other.
Bit of a test for the rest of the team the last 3 or 4 minutes without you. How did you feel like they handled the whole situation, and just what were the keys to finishing it strong?
I mean, don't lose the game. I mean, that was the biggest thing. They didn't lose the game, so I mean, kudos to them. So happy they didn't. We didn't lose the game. We turned out and won. But it's just, I mean, I think it's a learning period. I mean, I don't think I need to be playing 30, 39, 38 minutes a game. Just off the simple fact we have a lot of other great players around me. So I mean, I think tonight showed them that, you know what I'm saying, they can finish the game.
Coach Weir ended with it. Just talk about undefeated Fed still, man. How much that means to you guys, and just I guess the different level you guys feel when you're here. You know.
I mean, it's always good whenever you're playing in front of 10,000 of your fans, rather than, you know what I'm saying, going on the road and gym not being as up as normal. But I mean, when the fans here are great, love them, and you know what I'm saying, happy they come out every single night.
Yeah, you haven't played under 30 minutes since the Auburn game, so it's weird to see you sitting on the bench next to Craig Snow. I'm curious, from your perspective, what's it like having to be on the bench, be the cheerleader, be the de facto coach? What's it like for you?
I mean, it's kind of cool, just, you know what I'm saying, sitting back and just looking onto it, and it was kind of nerve-wracking, like you said. Like, it was at the end of the game, I was fouled out, so I knew there was nothing I could do. So like, the biggest thing for me was just try to be there for my teammates, encourage my teammates, and, you know what I'm saying, hopefully encourage them to get the win, and that's what we did.
How is it playing with someone like McQuatch that even if the numbers don't show up, he comes up with huge offensive rebounds, huge plays in transition, all that stuff?
I mean, Quatch is just a selfless guy. I mean, he never complains about anything, no matter whatever it may be. He's just a real selfless guy, and you can tell he's all in it for the team, and no matter what it takes, he's willing to do. I mean, it's been nights where he goes 9 for 9 from the field, perfect from the field, and it's nights like tonight where he goes 1 for 3, but he had 8 rebounds. So I mean, he's just. I think he's the most important guy on our team, and then he's our glue guy.
Last question.
Defense, what were the keys to victory when you guys came into the game plan, and what did you feel like you guys did well defensively?
I mean, I feel like we did our game plan pretty well. I mean, we got to work on our offensive like boxing out on rebounding and stuff. But as far as like, it was like what we said they were gonna do, they did. A lot of backdoor cuts, a lot of 3-pointers, and that's what they did. And for the most part, I feel like we did a good job. Early on, they got a couple like wide open ones, but other than that, I think we did a pretty good job.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, man.
Zane Martin, 18 points, 5 assists, and 2 steals.
Were you getting frustrated at all this season as you were being asked to play a position that you had never really been asked to play before? Was there some frustration?
I wasn't frustrated. I just wanted to get that demon in my head that was telling me I'm just a shooting guard or a scorer. Just stop telling myself that, you know, become more of a all-around player, you know, just prove everybody I can play point guard.
Games like tonight help you prove that?
Yeah, it helps definitely build my confidence, for sure.
Did you put the team on your back there in the last 2 minutes when Lyle fell down?
I wouldn't
feel
necessarily put the team on my back. No, I don't feel responsible. I feel like a lot of guys did the little stuff, you know. Sometimes the little stuff matters, you know what I'm saying? The little loose balls, the getting back on defense, even stopping the ball, walk with the big time block. It's just the little stuff, you know what I'm saying?
The alley-oop. at the end. In the air dunk.
Yeah.
Want to talk about that emotional moment?
I wanted to send our fans home happy. That's what that was. Happy.
Zane, you mentioned little things. You had a couple of really good extra effort plays, those 2 blocks in particular early in the game and late in the game. What were, like I asked JaQuan, keys to this game for the team defensively today?
We just was smart. We communicated on the defensive end. Like he said, they did a lot of backdoor cuts, a lot of 3-pointers. I feel like we came together defensively. Everybody was communicating. Everybody was talking. Everybody was in the right spot.
You touched on about just getting more confidence. Just talk about the confidence that it takes over just playing, overtime, playing the point, and just how much hard work you put in, dude.
I'm in the gym almost 3 times a day. You know what I'm saying? So I knew my coaches tell me all the time, like, it's going to come around. You know what I'm saying? That game is going to come. And I wanted to kind of build off the UC Davis game, but it didn't go like that. I got sick, stuff like that. So, I just wanted to build my confidence up and take it all the way in conference.
Paul mentioned there was a point late in the game where you were tired, and I hear you coughing.
Yeah.
You're probably having some breathing issues
Absolutely.
on the court. You looked to the bench to get subbed out, and there was nothing. He said he pretended not to hear you.
Yeah.
Do you remember that moment? What was going through your mind, and what was your reaction when you're like, "Damn, I'm staying in"?
My team just needed me. I was diagnosed with asthma when I got to New Mexico. So like sometimes in that pit, my chest get real tight. So that's all that was. But my team needed me to fight it out. Be the strong player that I am, and that's what happened.
So you guys have played a handful of teams this year that are a little bit slower tempo, different style than you guys. What are some of the big challenges of having to work through that?
Can you repeat that?
Yeah, just you guys have played some teams that are play a slower tempo compared to you guys. So having to play a team that goes a different style like that, just some of the challenges you guys have to play through.
We just go with our game plan. Try to make the best decisions that we can. You know what I'm saying? Like we got a leader like JaQuan Lyle, who has seen a lot of defensive plays, stuff like that. So he pretty much puts guys in the right position, puts the ball in the right position. So when we play a slower team, that's kind of at our advantage because we kind of are bigger and slower than most teams. So when we face a team that's slower than us and get out and run, that's when we get our best.
Last one.
JaQuan gets in foul trouble. JJ's not here. Keith isn't playing. It's kind of crunch time in a close game. What'd you guys learn about yourselves? What'd you learn about yourself right down the stretch right there?
What we learned as a team, we just to fight through the tough times. You know what I'm saying? If one guys go down, we all got to step up. You know what I'm saying? If it's Lil Tavian Percy or whoever it is, we all got to step up and be ready.
All right, thank you.
Appreciate you guys. Have a good night.
Thanks.